The FAFSA is a free application for federal student aid. It is used to apply for money from the federal government, from state governments, public colleges, and most private colleges. The FAFSA can be obtained online at fafsa.ed.gov. In fact, 99% of all FAFSAs are submitted online these days. You should submit the FAFSA as soon as possible after January 1st. You can't submit it before January 1st because it's based on the prior tax year's information. But you should submit it as soon as possible and not wait until you've filed your income taxes or have applied for financial aid from your college, because several states have rolling deadlines or early deadlines for their financial aid. So the sooner you apply, the more likely you are to qualify for state aid in addition to the federal government's aid. You should submit the FAFSA every year as soon as possible after January 1st. Even if you didn't qualify for aid last year, the formula is complicated enough and Congress changes the formula frequently enough that even if you didn't qualify last year, you might qualify this year. For example, you might have been the first in your family to go to college, but next year both you and a sibling will be in college at the same time. That can make a very big difference on your eligibility for financial aid. If you have any questions about the FAFSA, you can call 1-800-4-FED-AID. It's a toll-free hotline sponsored by the U.S. Department of Education to answer questions about federal student aid and completing the FAFSA. There's also another good source of help is a program called College Goals Sunday. It's operated in many states where financial aid administrators volunteer to help students complete the FAFSA. You can find out more information about this program at collegegoalsundayusa.org. Now, some colleges will have their own supplemental forms for awarding their own aid. This doesn't affect your eligibility for federal student aid. Or they may require the completion of the CSS financial aid profile form. About 250 private schools require that form. If you do, it's very similar in nature to the FAFSA, but it asks a few more detailed questions to try to obtain a more precise assessment of your ability to pay. If you have any unusual circumstances, such as a big drop in income, high unreimbursed medical expenses, dependent care expenses, anything that changed from last year to this year, or anything that sets you apart from most other families, you should call the school or write to the school and ask for what's called a professional judgment review. Some schools call this a special circumstances review or a financial aid appeal. The school has the authority to make adjustments to the inputs to the need analysis formulas when justified by an unusual circumstance. So if you had a job loss, they can adjust your income to reflect your estimated award year income as opposed to last year's income, which is presumably higher.